thank you for coming out today to discuss a relatively unpleasant reality in our society, and that is the issue of sexual assault. It's a crime of opportunity where those perpetrators are among some of the most calculating and deliberate criminals that we have in our society, and they're oftentimes prone to repeat offenses. And Madam Chairman, thank you for being here today. Sinfronia and myself, I was mentored by her through the years as a young member of the legislature, and I always appreciate your patience with a young legislator from the rural area of the state, and she was a great inspiration to me, and has been through the years as we've worked together. And Steve McCraw is here with us today. Steve, of course, is the head of the Department of Public Safety, our director over there. And I know I'm repointing these people out, but it's really important. Cleve Buckalow, former Texas Ranger and over with the Attorney General's office, and Brad and Catherine Cabanis, I want to say a particular thanks to you. It's those private sector helpers, if you will, that really finalizes the team. It really fills it out in the work that you all do with the Crime Stoppers of Houston. We're here today to announce an initiative that will provide greater protection for our citizens when it comes to these predators that we're talking about, taking our effort up another notch, dealing with these sex offenders. 3 years ago, I had the honor of signing Jessica's Law. That empowered juries to sentence those that commit the most heinous crimes against the most vulnerable victims to jail for the rest of their lives without the possibility of parole. And today I'm calling on the legislature to expand the number of sexual assault crimes punishable by life without parole, beyond just those that are perpetrated on our children, giving juries the authority to send the most dangerous of these repeat offenders away for good. Such a change would send two clear messages to all those sexual predators. One is you should never committed that first crime to begin with. And secondly, if you're thinking about committing another crime in Texas, you're going to pay a very, very high price. Such a change is the latest step in our ongoing effort to minimize the danger that's posed by sexual predators. And earlier this year, the Criminal Justice Division in my office worked with the Texas Crime Stoppers Council, provided $500,000 to fund the reward for the 10 Most Wanted Sex Offender Program. Increases the awareness of the at-large sexual offenders, and it rewards citizens who provide tips on their capture. And I will tell you, it's been pretty significant. Matter of fact, it's been more than pretty significant. It's been amazingly successful and very rapid. 6 of the top 10 brought to justice within the program's first 2.5 months, including one just this last week. So, but the fact is, as long as there's even one who remains at large, our work's not over. And to that end, I'm calling on the Department of Public Safety, Department of Criminal Justice to work with the Attorney General's office, local law enforcement, to form apprehension teams, target those sex offenders, especially the high-risk sexual offenders and who are in violation of their parole. Although the various law enforcement entities in our state already work hard to corral these individuals, this team approach will improve the cooperation, the communication, and increase the odds of their apprehension. And to cut down on the incidences of parole violation, ensure that sexual offenders are complying fully with the terms of their release or parole, we should also expand our technology to actively track them. Today I'm directing the TDCJ Parole Division to work with the Board of Pardons and Paroles to expand the use of their monitoring systems for convicted sex offenders that can immediately identify when a high-risk offender is somewhere they're not supposed to be, say within a certain distance of a school or a park. I'm also calling on the legislature to require active tracking of all high-risk sex offenders for a period of 3 years after they've served their sentences, ensuring they comply with the registration requirements. The legislature should also require such active monitoring to be a part of all sentences handed down to all high-risk offenders in the future. Finally, I want to work with my fellow governors across the country, encouraging their states to enter into reciprocal agreements on sexual offender registration lists. Prevent these criminals from moving from state to state to avoid the registration requirements. Now, Texas has the authority to go into those types of arrangements today, but a lot of states don't, so we need to work with them and share with them why that's important and expand the sharing of the registry information. And these steps will make it harder for sexual predators to melt into the background, to remain at large, to strike again. In good conscience, we cannot rest until we have all of these miscreants back in front of a judge or back in jail. These steps can help cut down on the opportunities presented to those who want to prey upon our most vulnerable in society, and certainly serve as a powerful deterrent in the process. Put simply, Texas predators are going to pay a price for their crimes, no matter how hard they may work to avoid it. We're after them, and we're going to get them.